Dear participants, we request all to pin Kavita Sri, who will be sharing the screen on behalf of our today's speaker. Kavita Sri is the person who will share the screen. I request you to pin the screen of Kavita Sri. We will start by a minute. Pleasant evening to all gathered here. On behalf of Panimula Institute of Technology, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, I welcome you all for the Faculty Development Program on Groundbreaking Technologies. It's indeed my great pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Dr. S. Sridhar, to the August gathering. Professor S. Sridhar received his PhD in the year 1984 from the School of Computer and System Sciences, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. He has transformed many engineering institutions as deemed to be universities. He has worked as a Vice Chancellor in Dr. K.N. Modi University, Rajasthan, and 2 other universities. He has also worked with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalamji, former President of India. He is honored by international and national bodies with gold shields and certificates for outstanding contributions in the field of information technology, education, research, and consultancy, with proven experiences of 42 MNC projects of hardware and software in Sharjah International Airport, and 30 R&D projects of ONGC, like oil industries, worth for 450 crores. He has published 332 research items in various international and national journals of reputation with good impact factor. He has guided 20 PhD scholars under various universities as supervisor, and all are awarded with degrees. He has developed engineering institutions with quality implementation process like NBA, NAC, Centers of Excellence, funded projects worth about 15 crores through AICT, DST, TIFAC. He has acted as a chief examiner, chair for many universities like NAU, USA, AGU, Dubai, Skyline University, UAE, BITS Dubai, MHAE Dubai. He has also organized many international conferences, workshops, and chaired several events. He is also the visiting professor for foreign universities, IIMA, IITD, Anna University, Chennai. He has authored 2 books jointly with Canadian authors for Pearson publication and 8 books for Lambert German publisher. He is advisor to international bodies and many engineering colleges in India for technical development, and received gold shields from Sharjah Airport, UAE 3 times as a best director, and national awards in India for outstanding contributions in the field of education, research, and consultancy work. Tamil Nadu government, Department of Technical Education honored with Best Scholar Award with cash of rupees 25,000 for his hard work. He has also selected as a best IT professional by USA committee 3 times and listed in www.whoiswhoonline.com. And his experiences and awards goes with a list. If we continue with this profile, it will take a day to put it in words. With his high experience, I welcome Dr. Professor Sridhar to share his views on the topic role of digital transformation in smart cities for sustainable solutions. Welcome you, sir. Dear sir, I request you to unmute your audio. Indumati,
are you hearing me?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Okay. Good
Welcome,
evening,
sir.
dear participants and my dear friends. Very good evening. Today I am going to give a talk on. Are you hearing me?
Yes sir, you can proceed, sir.
Okay. Today I am giving a talk on the role of digital transformation in smart cities for sustainable solutions. So that is the basic topic. And today, in view of COVID-19, if we find in the lockdown situation, the digital transformation is doing wonders now. And what are the main factors which are contributing for the definition of smart city? Let us start. Will you please show my slides? Hello, will you please show the slides?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yeah, my PPT is not visible. Okay, anyway, let me continue. There are 4 factors which are contributing to the definition of the smart city. The number 1 is the application of wide range of electronics and digital technologies to communities and cities. Number 2, the use of ICT to transform life and working environments within the city. Number 3, the embedding of such ICTs in government systems. Number 4, the practices that bring ICTs and people together to enhance the innovation and knowledge. Are you hearing? Hello? Are you hearing?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yeah, okay. See, you are not displaying the slide, you know.
Sir, the PPT is visible, sir.
But I am not seeing.
Sir, can you kindly pin Kavita Shriyan?
Okay, don't worry, no problem. Let me proceed. I watch my own PPT now. There are many mathematical tools which are helping the digital transformation. Number 1 is the ICT activities. We are normally using the fast Fourier transformation for studying the damage to the bridges, dams, fracture gradient, etc. It is called the healthcare system. Normally, what people think that the healthcare is only our own body healthcare. But say, for example, I can apply the seismic signal on the bridges or dams and find out what is the age of the bridges and how to find out the cracks which is going to happening after some years like that using some kind of fracture gradient techniques. Then walls transformation, that is also mathematics walls transformation, that is widely used in scanning medical systems. And the new search algorithms using mathematics, it is also part of digital transformation nowadays. Pattern recognition techniques, image processing using mathematics to detect criminals Nowadays, these are all used by police people. Remote access through the mathematical hashing algorithm, that is also possible. Many arithmetic problems involved in designing small city. That is what we are going to see. So basically, let us talk what exactly the digital transformation. The digital transformation is nothing but, say for example, whatever you are doing, when you are transforming what you are doing by means of digital to some other place, that is nothing but the digital transformation. For example, through YouTube, you can do the digital transformation. Say today, even the webinar, what we are doing webinar is nothing but the digital transformation, because physically we are logged today. So under these circumstances also, this lockdown situation is up situation. It is made by means of digital transformation by conducting this FDP seminar, conferences, and workshops like that through webinar. And also in place of webinar also, very recently I organized international conference using cloud-based international conference. That means what I have done, even without webinar, I converted everything in terms of YouTube videos, and thereby today one successfully the second YouTube international conference was organized by me, and very grand success. So this is all part of digital transformation. And fast Fourier transformations, it is also widely used actually. It is basically the mathematics, and also as electronics people, most of you might have read this FFT technique and Walsh transformations. These are all used actually in medical systems. Next, let us see digital transformation as inclusive technology. That is, whatever the technology, when we are including for a particular purpose, it should give you a sustainable solution. What exactly is the sustainable solution? We are getting today a kind of solution. You find the solution, you are happy with the solution, and tomorrow you should get another solution that should be either equivalent to the solution or it should be better than the solution. So that is what we mean, the sustainable solution. Supposing tomorrow we get a solution which is inferior to today's solution, then that is not sustainable solution. So the quality has to be protected for sustainable solution. So when you include technology for sustainable solutions through digital transformation, and we can adopt a lot of points for the development of the smart cities. Next, let us talk about the e-textiles. E-textiles means the wearable electronics textiles actually. Today you might have seen in Google search, if you do that, lot of, in fact, there's a separate topic called wearable electronic systems. And today, with the you might have heard of this Google Glass. That is one of the examples for wearable electronic system. And so wearable shirt, you can have electronic shirt that may have some protection for the body health, or that can even protect with bulletproof, a sensor kind of indication will be, alarming signal, everything will be created in the wearable electronic shirts like that. So these are all coming under the category of electronic textiles, e-textiles, what we say. And since they are all working based on the sensor, and with the help of such textiles, we perform certain things as part of the embedded technology. So they are also called smart textiles. So the smart textiles are the fabrics that have been developed with the new technologies that provide added value to the wearing people. What makes smart fabrics is that the ability to do many things, and traditional fabrics cannot do that. Whereas wearable fabrics, it can give you a lot of alarm signal, it can protect your body from health, and it can protect a lot many things. It can give you a signal and what is happening in a remote place like that. So many applications we can think of in wearable electronic systems and wearable electronics textiles. That is what we say, e-textiles. Next, let us talk about the digital transformation in civil engineering. If you look at these buildings, these are all some of the buildings in Singapore, Dubai, like places where smart cities are established. The smart buildings with a smartphone, they will have your smartphone, Internet of technology. This is another area. Today, Internet of IoT technology is going to be the future of the world actually. And you see, from this lockdown situation, it will take another minimum 1 year, I feel so. And so naturally, Internet of technology is going to be very fast to be developed in many of our day-to-day applications. By sitting at home, you need not go out, you get everything, you can work in the house, you can do so many things like that. And smart energy meters will be there in the smart buildings. Solar energy capacitors will be there. Protection of environmental and safety measures will be there. So all the things will be in the smart manner. The smart manner means nobody needs to watch all these things. Automatically, you will find that all these things will be happening. Say, for example, when we are going to, say, a young couple is going to cine theater, and all of a sudden the wife is saying, see, what happened, I do not know, because I placed the cooker on the stove. I do not know whether the head have put on the cooker or not. So what to do now? Because it is very dangerous. So at that time, if you got a smartphone and your house is somewhat a smart house, so automatically what you can do, through your smartphone, you can find whether cooker head is placed or not. If it is not placed, with the smart system itself, you can give indication so that the head will be applied on the cooker, so that the safety measure can be protected. This is what we say, the smart building and the smart activity. When you are developing a city with such smart buildings, that city is known as the smart city. Next, let us see the traffic signals. Say, for example, when you are going to Dubai, Singapore like countries, when you are going in a car, when over speed, say, they will be having first track, second track, third track, and fourth track is service lane. The first track you can go with a speed of 120. The second track you can go with a speed of 100. Third track you can go with a speed of 80. And concession will be there. Another 10 or 20 kilometers you can extra cushion you can have. Say in 120 track, if you go in 141, automatically you are caught by the radar system. And next moment, your penalty will come. It will come to your phone and you have to pay. Otherwise, you can't continue your travel. So a traffic enforcement camera system consisting of a camera and a vehicle monitoring device is used to detect and identify vehicles disobeying a speed limit or some other road legal requirement. So for example, you are supposed to go with a seat belt. If you are not wearing the seat belt, definitely the camera will catch you and intimation will go to the RTO office. From there, your penalty challan will come to you. So this is such a wonderful system. So in the smart city, all the things will be done in smart way. And you cannot easily bypass, you cannot cheat anything, because all embedded technology using IoT technology and cloud computing is also used for storage of things, and certain calculations are also done using the cloud computing, and so many other activities are done in the case of the smart city, in the case of the traffic systems. Next, let us see intelligent building. Normally, we know that we have seen the intelligent people. Here I am talking about the intelligent building. The building has got intelligence. So this is a very wonderful thing actually. If you look at the building here, better construction materials will be there, and transportation will be there, wastewater management will be there, rainwater harvesting will be there. And you see in India, we are having transportation, wastewater management, rainwater harvesting, everything we are having. But these are all manually controlled. Whereas in the case of the smart city, in the case of the smart city, the buildings are smart, so they are called intelligent building. So all these things are totally controlled by IoT technology and embedded technology, cloud computing concept, and artificial intelligence. That is in fact playing a very good role in intelligent building. So the buildings are acting like intelligent people. Say for example, from when you go out in your house, supposing you are having a fish tank, you can just using your mobile technology, you can calculate how many fishes are there, whether they are alive or not. Today, any fish has died or not, like that. like that, you can just see whatever may be, whether the fridge is closed or not, whether inside fridge, what are the items available, and what automatically the fridge will give you indication that this vegetable is lacking. And similarly, the provisional almirah will tell you that this particular item rice is lacking, this particular item is lacking, like that. And automatically the signal will go to the provisional shop, and from there order based items will come there, and from your mobile you can pay the money. So everything is done in the smart way. That is what we say, that smart buildings and smart city developments. And it is very, very most interesting aspect actually. Next, look at this diamond, smart diamonds. And the smart diamond has got wonderful elements here. The smart citizen, because people who are living in the smart cities, they are called smart citizens because they are using the IoT technology for all activities. There is no physical movement. There is no physical signal. You get everything like that. So the smart healthcare system will be there. Smart, by sitting in the house, you can check your BP, you can check your, say, your sugar condition. If you get a pain on the chest, immediately ECG, everything can be taken care by sitting in the house. That is called a smart healthcare system. And smart technology and smart infrastructure, the building, these are all part of the smart cities actually. Smart infrastructure and smart mobility and smart building and smart energy. Smart energy, renewable energy, everything is taken care in the case of the intelligent building. And thereby, this just look at that here, the cleaning is very, very important in the case of the smart city. It has not only a few hours of water supply a day or electricity that goes off for several hours, or streets littered with garbage. The general appearance of the city has to be pleasant and clean. In the case of the smart city, these all the things are, because physically here in Indian condition, manually these things are cleaned, manually these things are operated. Whereas you can find out from your mobile, say the environmental organization can find out from the mobile, using the mobile technology, which area is not clean, where it is to be neatly set right. Like that, they can take care of everything. So that is the beauty of cleaning the city with the smart technology. Next, let us see the environment and natural resources actually. The weather track system is available. Environment and natural resources we are talking. This is also done in the smart way. And look at this figure and all these activities. So the weather track system is possible. And so whatever related to the environment, natural resources, and everything physically you need not monitor, everything using the Internet of Technology, you can do that. The smart grid and energy. See, grid computing, people might be knowing. Grid computing is nothing but, supposing I want to solve a particular problem, and I don't have a special computer which can solve my problem. I can, but I find that a parallel computing system is needed. The Param system is available in Pune, or it is available in USA, or it is available in Singapore. So my problem can be segmented, and each problem will be sent to different areas, and thereby the computation will be done, and finally that answer will be integrated, that will be sent to me. That is called the grid computing. Physically it is sent to different places. Whereas smart grid, it is nothing but, smart grid is nothing but, in fact, based on the cloud computing concept, and similar work is done, but physically we need not segment the problem and send. Automatically, in a smart way, using artificial intelligence manner, your problem will be segmented. It will be sent to different places. Thereby, computing will be taken care. Similarly, the energy, whether you want the natural energy, alternative energy, whatever it is, everything will be taken care with the help of the smart system. So in the case of the smart building, the smart system is like that. Next, let us see. This is nothing but your windmill. From the windmill, you are generating the energy. The energy is, you can take it from the solar energy. You can take it from the wind energy. Everything is stored. And thereby the total energy is utilized for many purposes in the smart building. So that is what this particular diagram is showing. Next, let us see the smart electricity, smart grid actually, and smart road to change the electric cars. and LED lamps are used actually. This is another very interesting thing. The long way when you are driving, the opposite direction, the focusing lamp will affect your traffic, and when you are, in fact, all speed vehicles, the accidents will be very easily possible in case the light focusing is there. So mostly LED lamps are used. At the same time, the alarming signal will be given to you by means of smart system on your car itself, so that you can take a precautionary measure from the accident. So this is what the smart electricity, it is applied on the road. Also in the traffic situations, it will be very helpful. In fact, one more interesting thing. See, nowadays we are seeing a lot of traffic jam in Bombay, and once upon a time, only in Calcutta, the traffic jam was too much. Nowadays, traffic jam is available in most of the cities. And what we can do, in fact, I did a project and during 2017, Safer Road, Safer India project. It was funded by USC company, and I got all India level the best prize for that. And you know what we have done? While driving itself, say just 100, say around 200 meters before, we can smell where a pit is available so that you can avoid that pit while driving. So that will not create any accident. And the second category, and the street signals are there. The street signal, I see normally they are setting timing, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like that. So instead of setting timings like that, seeing the density on the road, and if the density is more, longer signal. If the density is less, automatically signal changes like that. So these are all the things in a smart way you can make it in the case of the traffic signal. So that is what this is. So that way it is utilized. If you look at this figure here, the transmission line and distributed system of the electrical things, and you know, this generating plant, everything. These are all, and finally the end user. Everything is in a very smart way. It is planned, and this is so smart way. The electricity distribution is planned in the case of the smart city, and smart buildings are made, and so this is all the purpose. And when you want to do that, you need a digital transformation. Without digital transformation, Internet of Technology, you cannot do all these things. And cloud computing is most important. It's a vital factor. And artificial intelligence is also widely used. Pattern recognition techniques are very used for many number of comparative studies. The normal lighting, which we are using in streets, consumes more electricity. So LED is suggested. In countries like India, shortage of electricity is higher level, especially in rural areas. So it is to be taken care. Just look at this figure. It is a very beautiful look actually, and it contains a overall look of a smart city. You can say that it's a small city or town actually. Next, you can also see this is a smart building is there, and smart factory, and smart home is there, and a smart grid is there, and finally smart car is there. So everything is so smart here. Everything is smart means manually you need not do anything. Automatically you can control, and only you need a smartphone, and smartphone is with the help of the digital transformation. It is linked to the smart car. It is linked to the smart building. It is linked to the smart factory. It is linked to the smart home, like that. So whatever is happening inside the house, you need not worry about the theft and other things. Immediately you get a signal and you can stop that thief, and like that. You want to have a conversation with a smart factory, you can do that. And you want to have any building, any problem, and smart building will answer for you. And smart car also will be taken care like that. So everything is automatically controlled in a very smart way. So that is what we mean smart home. That is what we mean smart house. That is what we mean smart building. And all the buildings are smart building. Then you get this. This is nothing but the smart city. Just to see that it looks in the congested form, but when more congestion is there, and when everything is automatically done in a smart manner, you find that it is a wonderful smart city concept. And this is a very typical features of it is nothing but your net zero home, smart city. Here, if you is in the smart city, the houses are planned like that. On the top, you will have your solar panel. The solar panel, you are getting the solar energy. The solar energy is converted as electrical energy. That the electrical energy is fully utilized the whole house. So it becomes the solar. You can say that solar home or smart home, because smart home in a smart way you are achieving all the things. So we call that it is nothing but the smart home and the solar home. Next, look at this actually, and the smart cities will have so many categories here actually. If you look at that, the smart cities, if you look at that, and the consistent water supply will be there, consistent. See, nowadays in India, you find inconsistent water supply. Whereas in the case of smart cities, consistent water supply will be there. So never stopping, need-based water supply is there. If water supply is not there, immediately the indication is sent to the concerned authority, and thereby the water supply will be done for you. And safe and prospective citizens, because citizens, they are also very safe here, and thriving economy, the economy is taken care here, and efficient building, all the buildings are efficiently designed, and sustainable environment. The environment is also sustainable here. And healthy citizen. So when everything is somewhat very healthy, naturally citizen is also healthy. And reduce crime, because automatic manner, the thief or any crime can be caught. So people will have fear to do any kind of crime. So naturally, and also in small cities, the punishment will be very more. Say for example, if you go to Dubai, if somebody does any job, immediately he will be taken to the mosque and he will be given 20 beatings, and penalty will be say 1 year jail term or something like that. Of course, the jail will be air conditioned, well cushioned, all the things are there, but still, you know, the crime, people will be afraid because the punishment is very big there. And enabling policies, in the smart cities, the policies enabling will be very, very easy, and every feedback will be taken into account for the improvement actually. They're all, it is only positive thinking, no negative thinking at all. Support the aging population. The old age people will be taken care well, and the lifelong learning will be there. Since it is a smart city and latest technology is going on coming, and lifelong learning is also possible. Sustainable energy, the energy is somewhat sustainable, and there is no shortage of energy because everything is well planned, everything handled a smart way. High speed connectivity for business and citizens, because there's nothing but it is needed for IoT technology. So high speed connectivity is created here, and dependable transportation. See, absolutely dependable transportation, because when you are taking any car or truck or anything, and the beginning itself, it will tell you how far it will run and how much petrol or electrical storage is there, and any problem will occur on the way, etc. So precautionary measure, you get all the inputs in advance, and thereby the transportation is somewhat very dependable. And the consistent water supply, I have already told you. So with all these facilities in a very, very smart way, your life is very happy, safe, and healthy citizens will be there naturally. And smart utility services are available, and unifying vision actually, innovative and thriving enterprises actually, smarter government services, because the government is for the development, and absolutely there is no concept of corruption or something, because everything is controlled by in an auto mode, and naturally the government is also smarter actually. Next, let us see the fiber optic broadband in your business. This is also used here, and CCTV and camera, and the faster email upload, everything is possible. Video conferencing is there, and cloud computing is, I have already told you that it is well utilized, and VoIP telephone lines are used, virtual servers are used, remote backups. So in all the buildings, all these facilities are available using fiber optic broadband in the business. So naturally, business will also be very, very fast, and the buildings people are very safe, and we are very comfortable because IoT technology is used. So look at this building. In general, say it is like Singapore or Dubai, the buildings are like this. Every tower is nothing but a smart tower, And this is really very wonderful. Internet of technology used, cloud computing is used here, artificial intelligence is used, and whatnot. Pattern recognition technique and mathematical algorithms are used like that. When we see a smart home, next let us talk about the entity of the smart building. The smart home, if you look at, and it takes up your electricity, it takes up, you see all the things, transport, we already discuss everything. The security of the house is taken care, the electricity of the house is there, and whatever the provisions, whatever the facilities in the house needed, the energy is taken care, water is, electricity is taken care, transport is taken care, everything is taken care. Even when you go out, supposing you forgot to close the tap, there is no problem at all. With the help of your smartphone, you can close the tap. Just there's all mobile applications are available. They created in the smart applications, and naturally, when you download those applications for the control of the whole house, so just whole control, you can, supposing you forgot to lock the door, there is no problem at all. You can do it with the help of the smartphone. So that is the beauty of the smart home. So mostly I have given you a kind of introduction, my dear friends, on the smart technologies. And if you got any questions on that, and I'm pleased to answer because I feel that more interactive manner, this session should be good. That is why I limited my talk for about 20-25 minutes, just a kind of introduction to you. And audience, I ask you people to raise any type of questions, and whatever I know, I'll share with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable note. I request the participants to post your queries in the chat box so we can take the questions to the speaker. So there is a first question. Is it possible please, in hospitals, which is quite necessary, smart concepts?
Yeah. Yes, it is already, you see, already if you go to Singapore and Dubai, like Dubai is not very sophisticated, but if you go to Singapore and the States, in the hospital, the smart hospitals are already available actually. And the systems are working in, that's called, that is coming under the category of smart hospital. That is what I have already told you, the smart healthcare. And so that the citizens are called smart citizens. So it is already available. In India only we have to implement all these things. But it is really a time now because this 144 lockdown situation is really giving us a way to think about all these things implementation here. I am sure in another 1 year, definitely we cannot more, even though, see, because till the virus, the solution is developed here, internationally it is not developed, and only trial and error method, people are working on it. But there's a lot of scope actually. Health is coming under the category of healthcare system. Yes. Next question.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. How about internet bandwidth management? How to manage service provider?
Yeah, very good question actually. That is what I say, that the internet, because when we think, because everything I told you at the beginning itself, the role of, the title itself, the role of digital transformation. When you speak about the digital transformation in terms of internet of technology, definitely the internet bandwidth is very much necessary actually. And normally in say foreign countries, say even of course, in tune with foreign countries, India has also come up. If I remember correct, some 20 years back, even in our colleges, we were thinking about only KB internet speed. And now we are speaking in terms of a terabyte. Also in some of the very excellent institutions, terabytes of bandwidth is available. So that is not a problem actually. And that is a very easy commodity in foreign countries. And the same thing now, presently you people may be knowing, Jio is having a collaboration with say foreign companies to do the same thing. And in India also we will have similar bandwidth and facilities. Yeah, it is again need based.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
How will you control water wall? Is it possible using smart concepts?
Very, no, very easily possible. And you know that already in India, the water float system, they are there actually. And you know, the float system, and similar to that concept, internationally they are using it. And I am just giving you some example here, which is known to us actually. Say in the multi-story flat system, and the water tank is there, and the motor is on, and unnecessarily water is overfilled and the water is spilling out. And at that time, the water float system people have already manufactured in India, they are fixing it. Once it reaches the 3/4 of the tank, automatically the float will stop that pipe actually, so that the motor will be automatically stopped. So in this case, two factors are there. Water wastage is minimized and the motor is also stopped. Unnecessarily electricity is not wasted. So this system is available in India in a very classical manner, but internationally in a very smart manner it is available in the using the embedded technology concept and also IoT concept, and artificial intelligence is exactly sensing where it is necessary, there it is applied. So it is possible. Yeah. If all these things are possible, then only we say that smart home, thereby we say that smart city. Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. What are the future features of smart cities and hospitals which are not in practice as per your experience?
Yeah. See, basically, I just to give you some 20 years back, in maybe in 2000 only, core banking started here in India. Core banking. That means internet banking started. At that time, there was a fear among all the bank employees that our job will go away, because when internet is used, automatically everything will be automated. And what will happen that in place of 10 people, computer will do. In place of 10 people, one computer can do like that. Then automatically service will go like that. They got a fear. But rather, after some time, they got training and usage of training, etc. like that. Then they felt that computer usage is very comfortable. So automatically they started welcoming internet banking, and absolutely more employment scopes was created actually, and people were enjoying, and they just remove the fear. So what I'm telling is, wherever in the hospital, this smart hospital concept has to be implemented. Basically, we have to create a kind of awareness program for the, in fact, even patients also, they will have a fear, because when, see, today, sorry, today, even for Catroid, the robot technology is used today, even in India. A very sophisticated hospital like, Agarwal Clinic, etc. They are using even bladeless technology for Catroid removal, etc. like that. And just you are sitting, and 2 minutes they say your operation is over, and you don't feel anything. But when the patient is told that you are not going to be operated by man, but a robot is going to do that, then the patient will have a fear. But after seeing 2-3 successful cases, automatically, and seeing the comfortability, and what will happen, the patients will also be motivated to have such operation instead of depending on the mankind. So I am sure, after giving a awareness program to all the employees in the hospital, and also awareness to the patients, wherever this smart city concept is lacking, if it is applied in such a hospital, such a hospital will also be benefited. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. How to reach common person to use smart city concepts?
Yes, very correct. You see, today, again, I am telling you, when the mobile technology was introduced, and people were really feeling a difficulty how to use, etc. like that. Now it is very, very comfortable. Even the vegetable fellow is using, the milk wala is using. When you are going out of town, and immediately you are telling the milk fellow, tomorrow you need not supply milk. And all of a sudden, from other place, you reach your home, and you are talking to the vegetable fellow. See, tomorrow you supply some potato and tomato, etc. like that. You are ordering through mobile technology. So how this mobile technology was created awareness in the common man. Today, common man is also very, very happy. So that way, the same smart city concept will be very useful in due course for the common man also.
Thank you, sir. To build smart city, is it possible for our Indian cities?
Why not? Why not? Very, very slowly, because that is what I'm telling. See, Indians are only doing all smart city concept in foreign countries, because in foreign countries, the Indians are well encouraged and the finance is backing there. So naturally, they are able to do that. And that way, very gradually, see, they are now you look at our metro trains today, metro train, underground train, and this is also a part of smart city concept only. And in foreign countries, there are some metro trains which are running even without a driver. And if you go to Japan country, the taxis are running even without a driver, because inside the taxi there is a road map, and from one place to another place you want to go, and the map is there. You can move the cursor, and it will immediately tell you that you have to put some 10 yen. Yen means that is the currency of Japan. And but you are having only 5 yen in your packet. What you can do? You can move the cursor up to 5 yen. So it will stop you. The door will open, and you have to get out. And so like that you can do that. So for the so this is very easily. India is developing. In fact, I worked with Dr. Kalamji, and Kalamji, you people know that 2020 India will be developed country, but his vision was good, but vision was not carried out properly. So still we are developing, but definitely in India also all these things are possible. Maybe your future kids will see all these things.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. What about green building technology development in India?
Pardon?
Green building technology.
Yeah. Green building technology. See, green building technology is mainly for environmental protection. I already, in one of the slides, I said that, and environmental technology, environmental protection. Today is a World Environmental Day, and World Environmental greetings to all of you people who are attending this program. And so environmental is totally related to the green building technology here. And so that is part of the smart city only. Actually, it is also embedded one. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
The water scarcity in country like India, where the likelihood of rain is uncertain.
Yeah.
How wastewater or seawater can be purified at cheaper price or technology?
Very good, very good. Already, you know that if you go, because I lived in Dubai for about 8 years. In Dubai, absolutely, the water is costlier than petrol. Petrol is 1 dirham there when I was staying there. 1 dirham is hardly 10 rupees. Now it is 1 dirham is 18 rupees actually. So 1 liter is hardly costing 18 rupees, whereas water is costing 20 rupees there. So water is costly. Why water is costly in Dubai? Because there is no natural source of water. Rain is hardly, say in a year, 1 day or 2 days, you can find some spill of rain only. And always Dubai is very hot place. So what they are, desalination of the water, they have got a huge plant. In fact, water and electricity department is a very big building, and huge manpower is, in fact, our own Indians are working for the desalination, and thereby that water is utilized. So the same concept, because once a smart city concept, nowadays itself you find that lot of multi-story buildings are coming up in Chennai like places. So naturally water scarcity is here, water scarcity is there in Karnataka, almost all places. So the only solution is desalination of the water. So that process we have to do that, and initially it will cost more. In the long run, that will also be somewhat cheaper. But definitely now, say even mineral water you are purchasing, some brand they are selling it for 40 rupees, whereas the costliest brand is the Bisleri, they are selling it for 80 rupees. Some people they charge even 100 rupees for 20 liters like that. So initially all these things will be slightly costly, but we have to see in the long run, because in the long run, naturally the apparatus which is used for all these things, they are also more manufactured, and more manufacturing means, and more supply, and demand will, more supply is there, demand will be less. So automatically you will find desalination will also be a cheaper thing, thereby we will have water. That is going to be the solution. There is no other go. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Can we expect some changes in green technology after the COVID-19?
That we have to wait and see only. But See, there is a saying, Shakespeare says, if wishes are horses, beggars will ride. That means if a beggar is thinking that I want one horse, immediately a horse is coming, then he will ride on it like a Raja. So that way we can also think, and like Kalamji said, dream. At the same time, if you dream only during the sleep time, next day, if you are not using it, dream is only a dream, but we have to work for it. When we work for it, everything is possible. If there is a will, there is a way.
Thank you, sir. Desalination is costly, and cost-effective technology or research is going on for smart cities.
Correct, correct. That is true. Parallelly, different research going on. In fact, even the coolant of air, thereby you can compress and thereby you can get water. So that will be somewhat limited level. But why desalination of this seawater means seawater is plenty. That's a major scale. That is what I quoted, and that plan is going on. Even in Chennai also, in fact, even in India also they were planning. Since it is very costly and still the plan is somewhat under policy level, but definitely they have to take up, because emergency comes naturally as compared to other expenses. Now we are speaking everything in terms of 1,000 crores, etc. like that. So naturally desalination process will be somewhat part of that. It is possible, yeah.
Thank you, sir. How hard water can be purified by cheap mode?
Yeah, hard water, you people know very well. And beginning, even in the hard water process, and this are all energy, this water department, they are taking care. And hard water nowadays, that there are two systems. One is when you are getting, say, the corporation water, but hard water, and they are using this AquaGuard type of filter. When real borewell water, hard water, when they are using it, and they are using another type of filter actually. So different kind of filtering techniques are available. And the King Institute, perhaps you people may be knowing, King Institute in Guindy, they are concentrating on purifying hard water with the different process, and a lot of filter technique in a smaller level. And also, if you go to OMR Road, I have seen in bigger apartments, they have made a very big plant within the premises itself, hard water purification, and thereby supplying to the. That is also slightly a costly process, and regular maintenance is needed, and you have to purify the pipes, all apparatus, etc. periodically. If it is not purified, again hard water, whatever you are trying to get, will not be good water. Okay, so the process is on.
Thank you, sir. Participants, if you have any feedback, you can unmute and you can directly convey it to our speakers.
Yeah. What I find that, we have got a very lot of potentials, and because of this COVID, and it gives a very good lesson to all of us. And under force, we are all locked inside the house, but still we are able to do some work without sleeping. See, like conducting FDP or webinar is nothing but the knowledge platform to share. And even though I am a speaker, I don't claim that I know be all and end all of the world. And through interaction with you, because you raise a lot of, some of the participants raise a lot of questions. And through that, it gives a brainstorming session. Spontaneously, I say certain things based on my 44 years of experience in education, research, and industry. And so, if there is a will, there is a way, and our life will be continuously learning. That is what I find. And every stone we should not leave, and thereby, if we work, we can do research. Research is nothing but research. Search again, search again, search again. Have a good day, and thank you very much for the organizer for inviting me to give a talk. And I was more interested in interaction like this. That is why I stopped my introduction talk. In fact, smart city itself, and we can conduct FDP for about 3 days. I delivered a 3 days program in CMR IT Bangalore, but I just gave only 1/10 of the talk only as introduction talk here, because I do not know the background of people who are attending. Okay, thank you very much, and very nice cooperation with me and listening to my talk.
Thank you, sir. It's indeed my great pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks. Gratitude is when memory is stored in art, not in the mind. With this quote, Department of ECE, Panimalar Institute of Technology, IEEE PITSB, and IET ISF is grateful in thanking today's speaker, Dr. Sridhar Seshadri, President Advisory Board in PEC institutions, for spending his valuable time in providing the insights about the role of digital transformations in smart city for sustainable solution. Thank you, sir. It was more informative session, and people would have got many insights about upcoming smart cities concepts. And the vision of Abdul Kalam ji will be coming into real-time existence with people like you, transferring your knowledge to our participants. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable presence.
Thank you very much. And people who have got any questions, and you can write to me. My email ID has given drsridhar@yahoo.com. I am accessible 24/7, and I give top priority for the knowledge questions, and thereby whatever I know I share with you people. Have a good day. Have a great day. Have a great environmental greetings day to all of you and to your family. And a safe home and a safe life. And thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. My heartfelt thanks to all our participants who have joined us for the 5th consecutive day. And the feedback link is posted in the chat box. I request all the participants to fill the feedback. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again for your valuable presence.